From downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Well, thanks for joining us here. We're on the tail end of a brutal cold snap. The temperatures are warmer, but there's a new obstacle for drivers, and that is freezing rain. It's been a problem for drivers all day. This picture taken over in Grant County this morning. The sheriff's office says this is one of several crashes that was caused by those slick, icy roads. So right away, we're going to send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray, who's been tracking this freezing rain that's going to sweep through the region. Matt.
Oh, and yeah, this is not what we wanted to see today. That cold air stubbornly sticking around near the ground, that led to freezing rain throughout the day and those big problems in Grant County. We've also seen freezing drizzle and icy roads earlier today in the Spokane area. Good news is the wet weather that's causing that is starting to pull away from the inland northwest. Let's take a spin around the radar. It has still been cold enough in the North Idaho Panhandle that we are largely seeing just light, fluffy snow at times. We saw that in the north side of Kootenai County, although we're starting to see things begin to move out, and it's likely we're going to warm up enough that we'll be looking at possibilities for freezing rain in North Idaho tonight and tomorrow in many areas. We still got a little bit of light snow, Newport and Sandpoint. We've also got reports of snow in the Medellin Falls area as well. So really, kind of the northeastern corner of Washington and the North Idaho Panhandle will still have a few more showers over the next hour or two before this finally gets out of here. The next round of wet weather is already on the way, passing through Yakima and the Tri-Cities right now. This is all going to be largely light freezing rain, and there's going to be more on the way for tomorrow morning. Slippery roads, slippery sidewalks, and overall very slick start to your Sunday. We'll time out when things will get better coming up in your forecast.
Well, Spokane snow crews have been on the streets over in Brown's Addition since this morning, clearing out leftover snow piles off the roads for drivers, but that was made difficult by the abundance of cars that remained parked on the side of the streets. Peter Choi tells us that made some neighbors pretty frustrated.
City's plow trucks are clearing the roads right now. Some of them are having a difficult time because of many parked cars on narrow streets. On every corner of the Brown's Addition neighborhood, crews are carefully plowing the roads.
I'm disappointed to see a lot of the cars have not moved to the odd side of the street.
On Friday, the city of Spokane asked residents to move their cars for an easier cleanup process. Some took that as a suggestion.
I think it's selfish.
She has lived in the Brown's Addition neighborhood for years. This winter's snowfall has been a mess.
It's unfortunate when they go with an all-city plow that the preparation they need is not done to allow them to fully do their job.
The fewer cars on streets, the more efficient the plow will be.
Last week has been especially snowy, and the city has done a good job of activating an all-city plow, and then that action is compromised when people don't follow the guidelines.
The city says snow removal is expected to take 1 day. Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, this cold snap may be behind us, but it did hit some businesses very hard. Many of them saw their pipes freeze over and burst, forcing them to shut down. And one of those was the Tomato Street restaurant over in Coeur d'Alene. This was the scene in their kitchen on Monday morning. Water spewing all over the place, flooding their crawl space and their kitchen. The light fixtures, drywall, and plumbing all needing to be replaced in a major reconstruction project. But amazingly, less than a week later, they're officially back open. Construction crews replacing the lights, the ceiling, and the plumbing, and are now just a coat of paint away from a brand new kitchen.
Definitely are the lucky ones, and we have to give thanks to whoever is out there that we were able to flip this around so quickly and be able to start serving food again, because that's our passion, that's our joy, is making food for other people.
Managers were able to get immediate assistance. Plumbers and contractors arrived right away, thanks to, in part, some old connections. They opened for business this morning at 11 a.m. Well, a convicted felon is sitting in jail tonight on assault charges after police say that he beat a woman in Spokane Valley. Deputies say that they were called to an apartment on Main Street right behind the new library Thursday afternoon. A woman who left the apartment and walked a few blocks away told them that William Taylor hit and kicked her. She says he also tried to suffocate her with a pillow and then held this gun to her head, threatening to kill her. Police returned to the apartment with a search warrant and arrested Taylor on several assault charges. The gun was also confiscated. Taylor has over a dozen felony convictions, according to the Spokane County deputies. He's not allowed to have a gun because of his criminal history. And a man is facing drug charges after Grant County Sheriff's deputies say that they busted him for drug possession. Deputies say the Interagency Narcotics Enforcement Team, or INET, arrested Brian Bickle Thursday. They say that they stopped the car he was driving in over in Moses Lake and got a search warrant. Deputies seized what they believed was crystal meth and cocaine. They also found unused baggies that are used for drug sales. Bickle faces charges of possession and intent to distribute. An update now to the shooting involving a police officer in Spokane back in May. The county prosecutor's office says that Officer Chris Johnson will not face criminal charges for shooting Riley Aramble. Officer Johnson was called to the area of 5th and Brown on May 10th for a man yelling and waving a gun at an apartment complex. When he got there, Aramble ran and carjacked somebody as he tried to get away. At one point, prosecutors say Aramble pointed a gun at Officer Johnson, who then fired. Aramble was not hurt and was eventually arrested. Around the Northwest, Representative Cathy McMorris Rodgers announcing a congressional hearing on the protecting the lower Snake River dams. This follows conversations between the Biden administration, conservationists, and tribes that say it is a roadmap to breaching the dams. In December, the administration said it planned to spend more than $1 billion over the next decade to help recover salmon populations in the region and how to offset the benefits of 4 dams on the Snake River if Congress would ever agree to dismantle them. In a statement, McMorris Rodgers says, quote, "This hearing will provide an opportunity to expose how its plans will destroy people's lives in eastern Washington." It's set to take place January 30th. And we still have much more news ahead here tonight on the special edition of 4 News Now, including a 73-year-old woman facing first-degree murder charges in a sensational murder-for-hire plot, arrested at the airport on her way out of the country. Plus, Vitalant says the center has lost 80% of blood donors and blood donations are reaching critically low levels.
And this is the last thing we wanted to see this weekend. The temperature staying cool and freezing rain continuing. I do believe there is a window of opportunity for some much needed improvements in those conditions tomorrow. We'll show you how it plays out and when things will be quite slippery coming up in your forecast.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean, whoa.
They say it's not the destination, but the journey.
Arby's says, nuh-uh. Get 2 of these things for just $7 at Arby's Cheddathon sales event. Arby's, we have the meat.
Every time you use your ICCU Premier Rewards Visa card, you're earning rewards. Whether it's cash back or points, being a member of Idaho Central really pays back. Start earning points and getting cash back for your everyday purchases. It's a win-win. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe life should be rewarding.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important?
Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy. Sweet,
dude! No. Of course not.
Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever with an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camas Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing this Thursday. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
The best part of the brisket, bacon, beef, and cheddar is definitely one of those things. Arby's, we have the meat.
Welcome back. This brutal Arctic blast has not been exclusive to just the Northwest. Whether it's dangerous roads, canceled flights, or your favorite NFL team asking for help clearing out snow, we're looking at you, Buffalo. The winter weather is affecting more than 100 million Americans this weekend. ABC's Em Nguyen is in Washington, D.C. with the latest.
This morning, a bone-chilling Arctic blast sweeping the nation yet again and now extending deep into the south. The entire city of Memphis, Tennessee, under a boil water advisory after utility companies report a number of burst pipes and pressure losses in the drinking water system. Across the country, at least 55 deaths are now blamed on the extreme weather this week. Some traffic wrecks, others freezing to death. Sleet across parts of the Pacific Northwest, leading to slick and dangerous roads. In New York, dramatic video showing this car trying to pass a semi-truck before crashing into a snowplow. Thankfully, no one was injured. Right now, tens of thousands of residents in Oregon are still without power, even after the governor declared a state of emergency Thursday night.
Whenever there's an extended power outage, everybody's needing fuel and propane to support backup generators.
And icy conditions persisting through the weekend for millions of people as several states deal with lake effect snow.
There was lots of snow and the roads were all covered and lots of drifting, 15, 20 cars all stuck. Everybody's trying to push and shovel out.
The NFL also keeping a close eye after sub-zero temperatures last weekend sent Kansas City fans to the hospital. In Buffalo, the Bills are once again asking fans to help shovel snow at Highmark Stadium before Sunday's showdown with the Chiefs. The region seeing 5 feet of snow this week.
Well, they mentioned the situation happening over in Oregon with freezing rain. And, well, unfortunately, the freezing rain has worked its way into the inland Northwest. So here's the situation now. Pullman's above freezing. That's some good news here. But everybody else still below freezing. And there's lots of warm air right up above the ground here, which is why we have seen sleet progress to freezing rain throughout the day. And as you head even further north towards the Canada border, it's still snow. So we're seeing this warm air come in, but it is coming in very, very slowly. It's running over the top of that, what's left of that cold Arctic air, and that's why we are in this transition now here over the next 24 hours where we will have more freezing rain that eventually will progress to nice, regular, non-threatening rain once we get that warmer air to really mix down and help warm us up in some of these areas. But until then, we're talking about some really slippery conditions. We've got another round that has just pushed through the Yakima and the Tri-Cities area. That's going to be moving into places like Moses Lake, like Ritzville, as we head over the next couple of hours. So let's go hour by hour. And unfortunately, our computer models have not done a great job in handling what's freezing rain and sleet and what is just plain old rain. And you can see there's a lot of green on the map up north here. This is all either freezing rain or snow at this time. So let's watch what goes here and just imagine here that this is all largely a pink color outside of the mountains. So as we head towards 10 o'clock tonight, another round of this freezing rain or freezing drizzle going to be pushing through Spokane, Coeur d'Alene into the St. Mary's area. Then we just see this continue overnight. The rate of rain is not going to be super heavy, but it will be enough that we will likely see some pretty slick sidewalks, side roads as well that have not been treated at all throughout this snowstorm that we just had. That's where we are going to see the most slippery conditions if we're just purely talking a Spokane and Coeur d'Alene time frame here. Plus, we'll continue to see the risk across the central part of Washington. And we'll even have a threat for some freezing rain later in the day around places like Colville and Sandpoint. But by the time we get into the afternoon, a lot of this will have transitioned to regular old rain as we start to see finally a warm up for the first time in 10 or 11 days in many areas. Here's the forecast for freezing rain. Light amounts Spokane into the Coeur d'Alene area. Potential for some heavier amounts and some more nasty travel around Grant County, Adams County, and Lincoln County. These areas, if you do not have to travel in the morning, I would suggest that, hey, just hang back, have a nice time, and check road conditions if you do have some plans for tomorrow morning. For the most part, we're going to stay under these ice amounts that are much more hazardous, but certainly something we're going to be monitoring through the day on Sunday. Thank goodness this is really just for the next several hours. By the afternoon, we're up into the mid-30s in Spokane, and we have lots of rain in the forecast and warm temperatures. By next weekend, we could end up all the way in the 40s. Be quite a change from where we were just a few days ago.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot are excited to escape this brutal Arctic blast. Matt, thanks for that. Well, local blood donation centers are calling for more donors right now. The American Red Cross is facing the lowest number of people giving blood in the last 20 years. Many donors canceling their appointments because of severe winter weather. Vitalant's donor recruitment manager says the center has lost 80% of donors, and this severe winter weather is certainly not helpful.
We've had to cancel several drives because of the winter over the last 2 weeks. And also donors aren't wanting to leave their house, which, you know, I don't blame them if you're getting a foot of snow a day, right?
And because of that weather that Matt was just talking about, the Red Cross says that more than 65 blood drives were canceled last month. If you have the cold or a flu, you cannot donate yet, so please wait and then come back when you're feeling better to find out where you can donate. You can visit our website, KXLY.com. Well, Alec Baldwin has now been charged with involuntary manslaughter in the deadly shooting of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins, just months after prosecutors dropped their case against the A-list actor. Special prosecutors brought the case after receiving a new analysis of the gun that was used. Hutchins was killed in 2021 during rehearsal on the set of the movie Rust. Baldwin said that gun fired without pulling the trigger, killing Hutchins and wounding another on set. Prosecutors had dismissed initial charges. Now, Baldwin's attorneys say they look forward to the day in court. Climate change, rising temperatures, air pollution, and natural disasters aren't just impacting the world around us. It's hurting the mental health and well-being of our children. The American Psychological Association report says that climate events pose not only short-term risks of trauma and PTSD, but also the prospect of long-term mental health issues. Kids' developing brains are especially vulnerable to an increased risk of things like depression and strained social relationships. Marginalized communities, including indigenous populations, are the most at risk. One way to help reduce the risk is to promote systemic solutions for climate change and shoring up support systems and mental health care for children. Historic and deadly winter weather has taken a toll on oil production here in the U.S. Several major refineries have shut down because of the extreme cold. And in the Middle East, critical shipping lanes are being attacked by Houthi militants from Yemen in what they say is retaliation for the war in Gaza. Yet despite these crises, gas prices are holding relatively steady in the low $3 range per gallon, according to AAA.
It stands at $3.09 a gallon. That price still considerably lower, about 29 cents lower than what we were paying last year.
In Spokane County, the average price per gallon is $3.59. Over Coeur d'Alene and Kootenai County area, it is $3.24. But some pain at the pump may be in the forecast as winter starts to fade away. The national average will begin its seasonal rise, and escalating tensions overseas may finally hit wallets here at home. Coming up on 4 News Now, how a 73-year-old is now facing first-degree murder charges in a sensational murder for hire plot. Arrested at the airport on her way out of the country to Vietnam. Plus, a new lawsuit alleging Meta isn't doing enough to protect children from predators on social media. Those details after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Could you write a letter telling us what you're most thankful for?
Thank you.
Dear Dr. Latanza.
Before I met you, I couldn't write. Thank you for being
so kind. You've changed me for the better.
It is the caregivers on the front line that deserve our gratitude the most. Will you join with us in thanking all the doctors, nurses, and therapists, making sure that all of us are getting the care we need?
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Stepping over a bathtub is dangerous, so replace it with a low-threshold Kohler walk-in bath. Hi, I'm Todd, president of Pacific Bath. Let us help you create a safer bathing experience. Jason will tell you more.
Thanks, Todd. January is National Bath Safety Month, and our Kohler walk-in bath is a safe choice with an ultra-low 3-inch step-in, handrails, and a chair height seat. Hydrotherapy jets help increase circulation, and Pacific Bath provides a down-to-the-penny price backed by Kohler's lifetime limited warranty. Call now for installation in 2 days or less and get the biggest savings of the year. Start 2024 with $2,024 off a new Kohler walk-in bath, plus no payments and no interest for 12 months. But this offer is only for a limited time, so call now. Throughout the greater Spokane area, call Pacific Bath at 509-707-8634. That's 509-707-8634.
Let's go! Put your hands together for the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just basketball, people. This is where what just happened happens all the time. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour presented by Jersey Mike Subs at Spokane Arena on January 29th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for tickets.
Did we just get hustled? There's no way they were 70. Interesting. It's both an electric and a gas car. Yep. Quite the paradox. So JJ's for lunch?
Electric for short trips, gas for long. It really is both. The first ever Lexus RX plug-in hybrid.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
Well, take a look at this startling new video we're seeing involving a sensational alleged murder-for-hire plot. It's of a 73-year-old grandma taken into custody as she was boarding a plane to head out of the country. ABC's Rena Roy has more on this story that has so many twists and turns.
This morning, a bombshell development in a murder-for-hire scheme. New body camera video shows Florida police arresting 73-year-old grandma Donald Adelson at Miami International Airport as she and her husband attempt to board a one-way flight to Vietnam.
This is terrible.
In the video from November, Adelson escorted through the airport and into a police car.
I didn't know there was a warrant.
The 73-year-old facing first-degree murder and solicitation of murder charges, accused of conspiring with her son and several others to have her former son-in-law, FSU law professor Daniel Markel, killed in the driveway of his home in 2014. At the time, Markel was in a bitter court fight with his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson, who wanted to move with their 2 sons to be closer to her mother, Donna, and other family in South Florida. But when Markel refused, prosecutors say the Adelsons decide to take matters into their own hands.
Who did it appear had a motive to want Dan Markel dead? His own family.
The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder.
Prosecutors allege Donna was a driving force behind the deadly scheme. Her son Charlie, convicted of first-degree murder, now serving a mandatory life sentence. ABC News obtaining jail calls between the two, Charlie behind bars, 1 week before Donna allegedly tried to flee the country.
If there is extradition from Vietnam, because we've looked at all the places, I mean, I could go to Korea and China, but there's no extradition.
Prosecutors listen to those all the time, and that's when the FBI and state attorney jumped on it, went to the airport, probably had her on a no-fly list, and they picked her up right at the airport.
And prosecutors believe Donna was trying to flee the country and say that that could be used as a piece of evidence against her. Donna Adelson's attorney telling ABC News, quote, "She's innocent and we look forward to proving it at trial." She's due back in court on Monday. New information surrounding a lawsuit against Facebook's parent company Meta. According to newly redacted court documents, Meta has a long history connected to concerns about young users being targeted by predators. People inside with unaffiliated with the company have complained about kids being exposed to sexual content and inappropriate messages from adults. The lawsuit accuses Meta of not doing enough to protect kids and teens. Meta argues it has over 30 tools in place to support safe, age-appropriate experiences online. Well, a woman is now being called a hero after risking her own life to save a baby whose family was killed by a fallen live power line. Portland firefighters say Mujaya Washington saw a power line come down on a family's vehicle from her window Wednesday during that big ice storm. She ran outside and found 3 people dead inside the vehicle. One of them was holding a 9-month-old baby who was still alive. Not thinking twice, she ran to the vehicle and took the baby to safety. She says she didn't consider the danger to herself.
I honestly didn't think about it. I wasn't even thinking, like, I don't even think I was in my right state of mind. I wasn't thinking, like, oh, like, I could be electrocuted. So I was more so thinking, like, I have to grab this baby.
Washington is a daycare worker, so children are her top priority. Firefighters decided to hold a media conference about her heroic actions to highlight this member of the Portland community.
And they're here in part because of the heroic acts of a member of our community. And when I started to communicate with Ms. Mujaya Washington, she responded to me with the sentence, "I just did what any sane person would do." Come on.
And that baby's now being cared for by its grandparents, who are distraught over the sudden deaths of their loved ones, but they say they're thankful for Washington's bravery. An incredible story out of Portland there. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Are you one of the millions of people living with bladder control problems and on Medicaid? Then stay tuned for a free offer from ActiveStyle.
Hello. At ActiveStyle, we understand your needs and offer convenient, discreet home delivery of a variety of incontinence products. And they may be available at no cost to you if you're Medicaid eligible. When you call us, a personal incontinence consultant, someone like me, will help you find the right product that is both comfortable and makes you feel secure. If the fit is not right, we'll send different products until you are completely satisfied. That's our Get It Right guarantee. Your privacy is assured. Our incontinence products arrive direct to your door in discreet boxes, so no more embarrassing trips to the store. If you or someone you know is incontinent, call us now. And if you're Medicaid eligible, we'll send you a free sample.
If you're on Medicaid, call for your free sample. ActiveStyle is the most convenient and discreet way to get your incontinence supplies.
Call 1-800-521-3875.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 NMAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With Dream Ahead College Investment Plan, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
You're building a home or updating an existing one. You want windows and patio doors to be strong, beautiful, long-lasting, and durable. Want to express creativity and increase your home's curb appeal? To feel secure in your investment, choose Milgard Windows and Patio Doors from River City Glass, industry leaders with the highest quality materials and windows that are backed by a lifetime warranty. Residential and commercial, Milgard Windows and Patio Doors. Call River City Glass or visit their showroom at 6615 East Main. 4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
Thanks for staying with us. To the campaign trail tonight, where the New Hampshire primary is just 3 days away. That's where ABC's Mary Alice Parks is tonight with the latest on the race to the White House.
This morning, former President Donald Trump ramping up his attacks on Nikki Haley, who could give him a run for his money in New Hampshire.
Can waste his time with Nikki because she's not going to make it. She has no chance.
Do we want more of the same?
or do we want to go in a new direction?
The contest here likely decided by independents, who make up 40% of voters, like Dennis Kutcher, who says he wants an alternative to both Trump and Biden.
And I'm looking for someone who would be a good alternative to both of them.
Nearly every voter we interviewed mentioning their hope for more cooperation and compromise between parties.
You know, I'm concerned about the level of civility.
Democrats and Republicans used to work together. They had little fights here and there, but in today's day and age, it's like they don't want to fight you. They want to assassinate you.
Some GOP voters telling us Trump will be the deciding factor for them.
Our votes matter a lot in New Hampshire. So.
You want a candidate to be an alternative?
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think?
I'm going to vote for whoever isn't Donald Trump.
Others, not so much.
No, I'm not against Trump if he got the nomination, but I don't think that he deserves the nomination.
Now to a new strategy for grocery shopping that's taken off on social media. People who try it say the 6-to-1 method saves them both money and time. This method, where each week you buy 6 veggies, 5 fruits, 4 proteins, 3 starches, 2 sauces, and 1 fun thing for yourself. One man behind the method says that he spends between $80 and $90 per week using this for his household of 2. That's almost half of what the typical couple spends per week.
I just wanted to take control of my wallet and my time and just figure out a way to be strategic when it comes to the normal thing of grocery shopping, something we all have to do.
And to maximize this method, it's still best to have a list made, have those recipes in mind, and make sure the fresh produce doesn't go to waste. The CDC is expanding its warning about the risk of salmonella in charcuterie meat. There are now a total of 47 reported illnesses in 22 states linked to the Bussetto brand charcuterie sampler. More than 11,000 pounds of charcuterie meat products are being recalled by Bussetto Foods. The product that was sold under names like Fratelli Beretta, antipasto sold at Sam's Club. At Costco, it went by the name Grand Beretta. So far, there have been 10 hospitalizations linked to salmonella exposure. People who eat foods contaminated with salmonella can suffer from numerous ailments, including fever and vomiting. Still ahead here tonight, a new take on a thrift store giving back to those battling drug addiction. Peter Choi takes us through it after the break.
And there are 4 things to know about your weather coming up here. We're getting warmer. We're still wet. But the big thing is our threat for freezing rain continues tonight and into the early part of tomorrow. If you're just joining us, we'll take you for a spin around the radar and we will show you where we could be looking at more icy conditions to start your Sunday.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever. With an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing this Thursday. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.99% APR for up to 60 months on your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's go! Put your hands together for the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just basketball, people. This is where what just happened happens all the time. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour presented by Jersey Mike Subs at Spokane Arena on January 29th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for tickets.
Are you on Medicaid and in need of bladder control and incontinence products? Then stay tuned for a free offer from Active Style.
Can Medicaid help me with bladder control products?
At Active Style, we understand your needs and offer convenient home delivery of incontinence products for children and adults. And they may be available at no cost to you if you're Medicaid eligible. When you call a personal consultant, someone like me will help you find the best bladder control supplies for you. Our products have a super absorbent core that locks away wetness to keep you dry. And if the fit's not right, we'll send different products until you're completely satisfied. Plus, every order ships free right to your door in discreet boxes.
Active Style is a lifesaver.
If you're on Medicaid, call now for your free sample. Active Style is the easy, convenient way to get incontinence supplies shipped discreetly to your door at no cost to you.
Call 1-800-918-4167.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Welcome back. Water main break near 11th and Ray Street on South Hill. That caused some water damage this afternoon. Gary Miliuri saw everything happening very fast firsthand. He says that water rushed towards his home, quickly flooding into the street, his backyard, and garage.
Lots of mud. Gotta do some cleanup, and it kind of carved out in our street, where the water ran through, because it's a dirt road down there.
That happens late this afternoon. The city has not released any details at this point. We'll be sure to keep you updated as more information becomes available, but man, did that leave a mess behind.
Oh, Jordan, it has been a mess, really, with this weather for days and days and days now. Now we've got more problems. We saw it a lot this morning, and here we go. This is now some new images from the National Weather Service. Our friends there on the West Plains near Airway Heights in Spokane. They're just a couple miles away from the center of Airway Heights. And look what they just pulled off of one of their signs just this afternoon. That's about 1/10 of an inch worth of ice. So this freezing rain, it may not have impacted you too much recently, just because a lot of our local roads around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, they're pretty well treated. But you get onto any untreated side streets and those sidewalks, I tell you what, as we head into tonight, temperatures start falling again. We're going to see lots of icy conditions. Plus, we've got the potential for more freezing rain later on tonight. Now, the wet weather that caused all of these issues, that has since begun to move on over into western Montana. Still some light snow showers possible around Bonners Ferry, Medellin Falls, and the Sandpoint area over the next hour or so before that finally gets out of here. But we already have more moisture trying to push its way into the Ellensburg area, and more moisture in Oregon. It's going to head up our direction overnight and tomorrow morning, and that means more freezing rain. And that's what we're going to be looking for throughout the night, with more ice accumulation and some pretty slippery weather as we get our day started, with temperatures hovering around freezing all night long. So we'll tell you what to prepare for, and most importantly, when things will get better and we can get rid of this nasty freezing rain coming up.
All right, Matt, thanks so much for that. Well, if you are a thrift shopper, you might want to listen up. There's a new thrift store coming to the Spokane Valley neighborhood with all items that cost less than $1. Every purchase will be able to help people in a local drug recovery center. Peter Choi had a sneak peek of that store today.
From clothes to shoes, you name it, everything is here. I don't know about you, but I love thrift shopping. But when it comes to helping community members who are less fortunate, it gets better.
Organizing items one by one, workers are busy getting ready. Sean Kingsbury,
instead of flat on the table, okay,
is CEO and founder of Fitty Club. It's a membership-based thrift shop, and this is how it works. You pay $149 a year. Every month, you can get up to 250 items. Get this, all items are only 50 cents.
We are bringing in larger pieces of furniture, so that membership will get you 5 large pieces of furniture each month.
Kingsbury is also founder of a nonprofit organization called Reclaim Project Recovery.
So we help men transition away from addiction, homelessness, and incarceration through a collaboration of companies.
All sales from this store will directly benefit people in the program.
We'll be able to hire more yoga instructors. We'll be able to expand our program. We are starting to train our construction company. So we're building modular units.
The official date to open the store is on Valentine's Day. In the meantime, donations are welcome.
The next 4 Saturdays, so from 11 to 3, we have our donation door open, and we're here with our guys.
In Spokane Valley, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, that is a really cool story, Peter. Thanks for that. And now it's time to head outside to Mirabel Point Park. This hidden gem is a great place to cool off in the summer, which we're not too worried about right now, but it does make for some beautiful views in the winter, too. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone.
Mirabel Point Park has it all for those who love the outdoors. The 55-acre park offers everything from fishing to hiking, biking, and even rock climbing. For most people, the big draw is the river. The granite rock formations make it easy to hike or just sit and watch the flowing water. In the summer, it's the perfect launch site for a kayak or canoe. The trails throughout the park are great for finding different wildflowers, rock formations, and birds. A little off the beaten path, you'll find a canyon where the rock walls offer climbers of all experience levels a challenge. And if picnicking is more your style, the meadows offer wide open spaces with picnic tables and room to throw a frisbee. The park also has the Centennial Trail running through it. Follow it to the west and you can find a favorite summertime swimming hole. Follow to the east and you'll soon be smelling the scent of fresh donuts. So if you're looking for a little adventure, check out Mirabel Point Park.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
It's the after Christmas year-end clearance this week at Snell's Auto, where you can save 24% off lift kits, tonneau truck covers, and remote car starts with bigger than ever markdowns on all stereo gear. Snell's Auto.
Pain, go away. Now it can go away with Hempvana Rocket Relief, the wireless electric stimulation pain relief pen that goes to work immediately. Simply place it where it hurts, then watch as the relaxing currents boost your endorphins and relieve your pain. You can see it work and you can feel it work, relieving pain from sore and aching muscles, even nagging sports injuries in your knees, back, neck, hurting hands, and more. Fast. Call now and get the Hempvana Rocket 10's Pain Relief Pen for just $19.99. And when you order today, you'll get our flathead and our single point head, both absolutely free. Order now and you can double the offer. Plus, get our Hempvana Pain Relief Cream. Just pay a separate fee and we'll ship it all to you free. This offer is not on Amazon. Order now.
Call 1-800-293-6602. That's 1-800-293-6602. Or visit HempvanaRocket.com. So call 1-800-293-6602 now.
For everyone who's endured the bad seat, finally, sweet redemption. The Lexus TX. 3-row luxury that treats every seat like the best seat.
This is the sound of a generation rising above. The Commemorative Air Force honors the heroes of yesterday while educating and inspiring the heroes of tomorrow. Learn more at commemorativeairforce.org.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
Alrighty, folks, winter weather advisories. We've got some more of them. Continue through noon tomorrow. We've got more freezing rain expected tonight and tomorrow morning before we finally warm up. And we'll see plenty of slippery roads, slippery sidewalks as well. And we have seen already some wrecks in Grant County because of icy conditions. We are looking at severe driving conditions in some parts of western Montana as well. So it is not going to be a pleasant night or a pleasant morning. Hold on, I just dropped my clicker here, so I'm gonna kick it over to the side. Thanks for taking it full screen. That way you don't have to see me attempt to bend over in a suit. All right, so let's take a look here now at what's going to happen as we go throughout the night. So we've got another round that's down by Yakima right now. That's going to push its way in as we head towards, say, 10, 11 o'clock tonight. We'll see not a lot of, say, heavy rain, but it's going to be a little freezing drizzle, much like we saw it many times today. And tell you what, it drizzles for long enough and it adds up. And so that's what we're going to be looking for as we head throughout the night as those light showers continue. Now, notice here that our computer's having a tough time at figuring out exactly what the heck the temperature is. So assume that pretty much all of this as we wake up on Sunday morning is going to be light freezing rain or freezing drizzle across the inland northwest. And so everybody's got to take it really easy if you are up and out early in the day. Now, by the afternoon, I expect some significant improvements as we finally see that warm air get down to the ground, warm us up above freezing, and that'll really help improve road conditions, and we will see more scattered rain later on in the day. So that's how your day goes. So really, any time that we're even relatively close to freezing during the morning hours, you got to take it really, really slowly, really carefully around the metro, more so if you're just walking on the sidewalk compared to driving where we've got a lot of pretty well-treated roads. Meanwhile, any highway travel, you may run into an icy patch and you may not even know it. So you really got to take it super carefully. Same goes for really anybody across the central part of the Columbia Basin where we have a chance, unfortunately, for some higher ice totals by the time this thing is over here. So basically anywhere from Moses Lake to Odessa to the Ritzville, Lind, Othello areas. So you were talking about a good portion of Lincoln, Adams, and Grant counties. If you know, maybe if you just want to hang out at the house, hang out at home on Sunday morning, that's probably the best course of action, and then we'll watch things get better later on in the day. But if you do have to go out driving, take it really, really carefully with that threat for some heavier freezing rain. Our highs in the afternoon will help improve things. 40s in St. Mary's, mid and upper 30s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Even upper 30s get all the way north to places like Omak. Here's how our week is going to go, and basically we've warmed up, or we will be warming up, and then we've got rain, a good chance of it pretty much each and every day all the way until the start of next weekend.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Dear 2030, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspection, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota. Get 5.99% APR for up to 60 months on your favorite Toyota certified used models. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
If you're going to work out doing this, then you've just got to do this. The 10-minute tummy tuck to slim away double the belly fat. That's right. Now you can turn regular diet and exercise into 2 times more effective. So if you're going to do this, then you've got to do this to get twice the fat slimming.
It's just disappeared. The fat is gone. I've never had a waist this size. Never. And with the tummy tuck, it's easy.
You simply apply the thermal accelerator, slide on the tummy tuck belt, do 2 minutes of tummy tightener exercises, and in 10 minutes, you can take it off. And the tummy tuck ignites a fat-burning chain reaction that lasts for hours, even while you're doing nothing. Yes, just watch this time-lapse thermal imaging. After the belt is taken off, the temperature continues to rise for over 3 hours. And best of all, you don't have to wear the belt when you exercise. Just do the tummy tuck in the morning, then exercise whenever you want.
It's so amazing. I can't get over it. The fat is disappearing.
And it's so effective, it works even without changing your lifestyle.
I didn't change a single thing about my lifestyle. I did not change my eating habits, nothing.
Just look at this state-of-the-art ultrasound imaging showing the tummy fat layer is being slimmed away.
This is the slimmest I've been I've never had results like this.
My stomach is so much flatter now. It worked.
And now, for just $19.99, you can try the Tummy Tuck, which comes in 3 flexible fit sizes to fit small to big tummies. Plus, the Thermal Accelerator Cream and the step-by-step video and guide, all for just $19.99. Plus, the Tummy Tuck is guaranteed or your money back.
This actually did work. It definitely worked. You're getting what you were promised.
It's real. The fat has fallen off. It's gone.
So call now.
Call 1-800-293-1637 or log on to 10minutetummytuck.com. That's 1-800-293-1637. Call now.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Well, the Gonzaga Bulldogs came into the weekend red hot, riding a 11-game winning streak and in sole possession of first place in the West Coast Conference as they appear to be headed towards yet another conference championship. But would rival St. Mary's present any kind of problems this afternoon? Well, let's get to it. In the first quarter, Akuzo Zaharia will drive to the basket, tries to put up a shot, but Yvonne Ejim says not so fast. She denies her with the block. Zags move quickly in transition. Kaylin Trong hits Ejim on the other end. She finishes with the layup. An absolute effort play right there. That's what it was. Bulldogs didn't hit a three-pointer in the first quarter, but that quickly changes in the second. Kaylin left wide open, and she hits it to extend the Gonzaga lead. But the Gales would not go away as Addison Wedden gets the open on the baseline. She finishes with the score. She puts up 14 points in the first half alone. St. Mary's would need a lot more of that, though, to keep up with the high-powered Gonzaga attack. Brina Maxwell hits from the wing. It gives them a bit of breathing room. Just before the half, St. Mary's makes the mistake of leaving Kaylee Trong wide open, and she beats the buzzer, hits the three in the corner. Zags go up 14 into the break. But how about this? At the end of the third, same situation, Gonzaga with the ball to end it. And this time, it's sister Kaylin banking it in with as the buzzer sounds. And Gonzaga cruises to the 89-60 win over the Gales. They improved to 18-2 on the season. But head coach Lisa Fortier not exactly happy with the defensive effort today.
I don't think their attitude is that we want to get into a shootout with people, but certainly that's the easy part for this team. Some teams, that's the defense that's easier. And for certain players on our team, maybe the defense is a little bit easier. But we're all pretty comfortable offensive players. We know where to throw it. We know who's going to be open. We know when to throw it. We know how to put it in the basket. And the defensive part, we don't all have as second nature. And so that's the hard part. And we have to, if we want to keep getting better, we have to dig into that hard part.
We'll probably talk about it more on Monday, but we're doing a lot of focusing on the defensive points per possession, and that was definitely way too high tonight. They shot 70% at one point, I think, in the third quarter, and that just wasn't good at all. So it's something to work on.
Now, the Bulldogs are going to hit the road for the first back-to-back road conference games this season. They're going to travel out to the Bay Area to take on Santa Clara and San Francisco. Now, let's head down to Berkeley, where the Washington State men were looking to make it 4 straight wins as they took on Cal. Could they do it? Well, we're going to fast forward to the second half. Cougs find themselves down 3, but Jalen Wells, with a tough drive to the basket, gets it to go, and the foul. He ties the game up at the charity stripe. A few minutes later, we're still tied up, but it's the freshman Miles Rice buries the 3, gives Wazoo the lead. Not the last time we're going to hear from him today. With under 30 seconds to play, Washington State with the lead, but Jalen Tyson changes that in an instant with a layup, and the Golden Bears on the verge of stealing this one away from the Cougs. With 4 seconds to play, they find themselves down 3, and they put the hands in the ball of the freshman star Rice. He delivers with this buzzer-beating 3, and the legend just continues to grow. We are headed to overtime. Simply incredible from that young man. In the OT, Washington State down 3, but Rice hits Isaac Jones at the rim. He finishes with the dunk to make it a 1-point game. On the other end, though, Tyson was simply too good. He hits the short pull-up to extend the lead back to 3, and Cal survives a tough test. They get the win over Washington State. Now, the Cougs are going to return home next week to face off against Utah and Colorado. They're going to need to split at least that series, if not sweep that series, to keep their tournament hopes going. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
You're building a home or updating an existing one. You want windows and patio doors to be strong, beautiful, long-lasting, and durable. You want to express creativity and increase your home's curb appeal. To feel secure in your investment, choose Choose Milgard Windows and Patio Doors from River City Glass, industry leaders with the highest quality materials and windows that are backed by a lifetime warranty. Residential and commercial, Milgard Windows and Patio Doors. Call River City Glass or visit their showroom at 6615 East Main.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With the family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Lease a 2023 Bronco Sport for $299 a month and get 2015 bonus cash only at your local Ford dealer.
Attention, catheter patients on Medicare. Do you use catheters? Are you tired of using messy lubricant? Depending on your insurance, you could be eligible to receive up to 200 catheters shipped to you every month for free, simply by calling Comfort Medical right now. You can use a new catheter every time you catheterize. And Comfort Medical has the latest styles with no need for lubricant from leading manufacturers. It's simple. Comfort Medical will deal directly with Medicare and private insurers so you can focus on the important things in life. Call Comfort Medical right now. If you want the newest products delivered conveniently and discreetly to your door, then it's time to discover Comfort Medical. Call Comfort Medical now. Shipping is free, and you can rely on Comfort Medical to deliver most catheter brands directly to your door. Creating an account and placing your first order with Comfort Medical has never been easier. Visit comfortmedical.com/TV to get started. Call now for a free Comfort kit and a free sample.
Call 1-800-718-5824. That's 1-800-718-5824.
You wouldn't do that. So why do you do this? Distracted driving kills an average of 9 people and injures over 1,000 every day in America. Put down your phone. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
All right. Warmer weather. We like that after what we saw the past week. The transition to get there, though, has been rough. I think we've all kind of noticed how slippery it is outside, even with just the tiniest little crust of ice. And we're going to add just another tiny little crust of ice tonight and for tomorrow morning. So really, just be really careful out there. Those untreated sidewalks and things like that, they can sneak up on you, and then all of a sudden you're wondering, well, now I got this bruise I got to manage. We've all been there, so let's take it easy.
In college, there was a spot on campus that was notoriously bad for people just slipping on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
You just, some days you'd survive, and some days, you'd be the butt of the joke.
What's those hilly areas, man, in Pullman especially? Well,
Yeah,
we've
on the
got them
Blues.
here. Yeah, well, in the South Hills, getting a little dicey up there. So if you're out walking the dog or something, maybe don't.
Make sure the dog doesn't pull you too hard.
That's right, yeah, like Penny's doing to me lately. So,
yeah.
Got to get that under control.
Yeah. Keep in mind in the yard for that reason.
That's going to do it from us tonight. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.